Howdy everyone, it's Keish here playing some League of Legends today. This is second game that I play. If you watched the second video, first video that I posted, played Rocket League, which I've been playing forever, and this is the other game that I play. Today I'll just be playing a game of One for All, which is a fun mode where everyone is the same champ. I started playing back in about 2018, and since then Eh, not too bad of a mastery score. I play a lot of right now. I play a lot of Pantheon, but my first champ that I really played was Akali. She's obviously, as you saw, my highest mastery. Uh, she was the first champ that I really put time into learning. My next one after that, I think my highest mastery was Lux. Lux is an easy champ to play, very very easy. Her yeah, no, I can't really say much more than that. Then I think my next one after that, if this match declines, I think my next one after that is Seraph, who is similar, very similar to Lux. I'll probably be recording two videos this session. I have a lot of free time today, and tomorrow I will not have a lot of free time because it is my dad's birthday. We're hitting the gym early, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. My dad's very big into lifting, very big guy. Not height wise, but muscle wise. He's only 5'4", but he can still bench 315. After we hit the gym, we're going golfing. He's a big golfer. I only really picked it up, not sure how long ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago. Now he's in golf leagues. Takes it a lot more seriously. On the other hand, I do not golf. I only golf when he asks me to. So I have the swing down. I have the form down. I just don't practice a lot. The only time I play is with him. Golf's not really my sport. I'm more of a football, more of a physical, uh, more of a physical sports guy. Speaking of physical sports, tomorrow there is UFC 300. I'm big into martial arts. I started boxing in 2017 and transitioned into Muay Thai in 2019, mixing in a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But mainly, I'm a stand-up fighter. I love Muay Thai. I love boxing. I think everyone should learn a martial art, whether it's wrestling. It could be as simple as wrestling. Just you never. You always need to know. People are crazy. You need to know how to defend yourself. I started learning how to defend myself in 2017 with boxing with a great trainer named Seth. He actually fought semi-professionally here in Omaha. We have what's called or probably in the Midwest, it's called the VFC. It's like the UFC, just a lot lower. You don't make as much money from fights and stuff like that, but it's a pathway to the UFC. He got me and my friend in the martial arts. I kind of fell more in love with it than him. He went to the military, so he's way stronger and scarier than I am. He took my friend and I to one of his fights down here in Omaha, and it was a lot of fun. And it really made me want to transition from boxing to learning every facet of martial arts, of specifically mixed martial arts, like you see in the UFC, where you have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, those styles. I wanted to get well-rounded in both ground game and stand-up game. Just naturally, watching UFC just to see how people fight, learn new combos, stuff like that. And then I just kind of stuck with watching it. And then I have a friend who's not really into martial arts, but he is very much into the UFC. He loves the UFC, probably as much as I do. Uh, every numbered card we switch off buying it because pay-per-views cost, obviously pay-per-view. And this time it's my turn on what should be the best card of the year. There are three title fights, which is a lot for one card. Usually there's one, maybe two on a card. This time there's three. There are A-list talent martial artists on prelims, which are the beginning fights. So before we even get to the main fights, you have A-list talent. I give my predictions for how this card's going to go, who I think is going to win, and who I kind of want to win as well. He kind of counters that with his dash. You know what? I'll spill it. I 100% doubt he watches this video. If he does, Mom, I'm so sorry. I spoiled the surprise. But my mom is actually putting on a surprise party at our house. And my friend Alex, the guy I watched UFC with, is actually going to be there. So we're just going to watch the card there like we used to. And there's going to be a lot of people there. And by a lot, I mean almost 50 people. So it's going to be a packed house. And I'm sure some of them will watch UFC. I just don't like the people. You know the people that they don't know anything about uh like a sport or something, and then they go watch it, and then they all of a sudden start analyzing everything and think they know it. Yeah, I don't like the people that think that they could do that. Like they could do it so easily. Like it would take no time. And like oh, why didn't he see this punch coming? Well, it's because you're on a TV screen. Everything looks easy on a TV screen. And they're professionals. Of course they're going to make it look easy. Of course they're going to make it look easy. It looks easy because that's their job. It should be easy to them. Let's keep it real. I used to be one of those people. I used to think boxing was easy. I thought it was so easy. I was like, oh, all you do is throw hands, cover up, easy. No. As a matter of fact, there is much more to that. Much more to that. You got to be able to. You got to be able to. You got to be able to analyze your opponent. You got to be able to block high, then block low because they're throwing combos where they start high and then they go low, and then guess what? They can come back high. It gets even worse when you get into Muay Thai because instead of just watching hands, now you're watching hands, knees, feet, elbows. You got to watch everything. And you're telling me that you could just come up off of the couch and go beat a professional? No way. Absolutely no way. People got to put more respect on that. Yeah, it probably won't be as bad as I'm making it. It'll basically be like my wedding, just at my parents' house. That's essentially what this is. Yeah, that Graves is low, and he's staying. Of course he is. You know what? Fuck it. I'll stay too. Watch this. Empowered Q. Unless he already left. He left. Okay, never mind. No empowered Q. Empowered Q these minions though. This matchup is kind of ideal, kind of not. I feel like once we get out of laning phase, this matchup will be way heavily favored in our favor. The only thing we got to watch out for is his ultimates, but he has no way of shielding. Yeah, he has a little bit of lifesteal, but I think we definitely have the better kit. Her empowered Q is gross. You get 5 of those thrown at somebody, no way they react in time. Oh, I bet he's doing Raptors. He's either doing Raptors or Grubs. No, he just took a lap. He just needed to cool off a little bit. Also tomorrow is the men's hockey final. Came down to Boston College and Denver. I think. Hold on, I gotta get to this fight. Got him. All right. Anyway, I think Boston College is going to take it. I think Boston College is going to win tomorrow. It should be a very entertaining hockey game, nonetheless. I mean, obviously it's the best two teams, but I definitely think Boston College has got this one. But you never know. You can never count out Denver. You can never count out any team really until they play. And they surrender. GG's. This is perfect because now I can give my predictions. I basically did nothing that entire game. My opponent and I just kind of farmed. We didn't really do much. We roamed once. I got my 1 assist. Otherwise, I would have a 0-0-0 stat line. Let us begin the predictions. So, UFC 300. It's Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. If anyone who watches this, which will probably be like 5 people, if anyone watches this and watches UFC, I mean, Figueroa and Cody Garbrandt as the first fight on the early prelims is insane. In this fight, I gotta go Figueroa. I mean, he's former champ. I think he's just well-rounded. And I just think he's better than Cody. Cody, he'll stand and throw hands with you, but I I just don't see Cody coming out on top. I'm going Figueroa on this one. Next fight, Bobby Green, Jim Miller. I don't know too terribly much about Jim Miller, but I do know a lot about Bobby Green. Between Bobby Green and Jim Miller, it's kind of a clash of styles. Bobby will stand and throw hands with you all day, whereas Jim, he has a few knockouts, but he's definitely more of a ground guy. So I say if the fight can stay on the hands, it's going to go to Bobby. However, if Jim shoots for a takedown and gets a single takedown, the fight could be over. Not discrediting Bobby's ground game. I just think Jim has a better ground game. I'm going to go with Bobby, but you never know. Next, Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. I feel like they're both stand-up fighters. Andrade is scary. She's very intimidating. She can stand with you on the hands, and she can wrestle a little bit. And in the middle ground, in the clinch, I feel like she's got a really good game. This might just be a Muay Thai match. But I'm gonna go against the grain here. I'm gonna go with Marina Rodriguez on this one. Next, we have Jalen Turner against Renato. I gotta go Jalen. I mean, Renato's good. He's very good. He's definitely a ground guy. So again, it's kind of not necessarily a clash of styles. Like he can stand with you, but not as well as Jalen Turner. I was going to go for a lot of takedowns, and I think in those takedown opportunities where he's shooting, I think Jalen might land something. So I'm going to go Jalen Turner on this one. Next, we have Yusuf versus Diego Lopez. I haven't really seen much of these two. I don't necessarily know a whole lot about them, if I'm being honest. I have seen this Diego guy fight before. His name sounds very familiar. I think he's a submission guy. Yeah, 12 subs. Well, and 9 KOs. So he's actually pretty well-rounded. I don't have much ground to stand on this one. I mean, if I had to base it off stats, I would probably go Diego Lopez on this one. Moving on, we have Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. I personally have not heard of Kayla Harrison. I clicked on her link here, and she doesn't have a UFC, she doesn't have a picture. I think this might be her UFC debut. I clicked on fight history, and it didn't go to anything. So this could be her UFC debut. That doesn't discredit her at all. It cannot count her out whatsoever. But Holly Holm, I have seen her fight a lot. I'm gonna give it to Kayla. I feel like Holly Holm's kind of on her down slope. I think if this is her UFC debut, this would be one heck of a way to start off a UFC career. So I'm going to go Kayla on this one. Next, we have Calvin Kattar and Aljamain Sterling. I do like Aljamain. But Calvin Kattar is a menace. I like Calvin Kattar too. This one's tough because I like both fighters. I'm going to go Aljamain Sterling. I think he's going to win this match. I think he's going to win this fight, and then he's going to go back to challenge Sugar Sean O'Malley again and get his title back. Next, we have Yuri Prohaska against Rakic, and it's a battle of two scary dudes, that's for sure. I don't see this fight going to the ground unless it is a panic takedown after someone gets rocked. I think Yuri wins this fight on the feet. I think it either goes to decision or maybe a round 2, round 3 knockout. Moving on, finally, to the main card, believe it or not, after all these fights. We have Bo Nickel and Cody Brundage. If I murdered that, I'm sorry. I am not heard of this Cody guy. I don't know how he snuck on to a main card, especially a UFC 300. I just don't see anyone getting past Bo Nickel, and I don't see it. He's gonna wrestle his way and he's just gonna do what he wants on the ground, and I think Bo just dominates and either gets a ground pound TKO or he'll find a way to submit Cody. I think this one's going to Bo. In our next fight, we have Charles Oliveira, one of my favorite fighters, and Arman Sarukin. I definitely butchered that. That sounded more like an anime move. I'm sorry. Definitely still see Charles coming out on top. I mean, it's Oliveira. I know everyone has their downfall. I don't think this is his. I mean, look who he had to fight. He had to fight Islam. Nobody's beating him. Islam is terrifying, and I think he's gonna beat Arman here. I could very well see him getting another submission, which would make 22 on his career, which is just insane to think about. He's just so well-rounded. He can still knock you out. He may look nice, and he is very nice, but he still has knockout power. Next, we have Justin Gaethje against Max Holloway. I mean, what in the world? I mean, these guys are just so fun to watch. This fight's so hard, just because I don't know. I don't know. See, the thing is, these two fighters are so good. I don't know which way it's gonna go. I'm being 100% honest with you. I'm gonna give it to Gaethje, but honestly, whoever wins, I'm happy for. I love both of these fighters. Next fight is an insane fight. I cannot believe that this is a thing. I almost wish that they could do this fight in China, because it would. I mean, you have two of the best Chinese female, if not take female out of it. You have two of the best Chinese fighters going up against each other on UFC 300. I wish that this fight could have been in China. What gives Weili the edge here is her wrestling and her clinch game. I think that's where the fight's going to be won for her. I think she's going to retain her belt against Xiaonan, but Xiaonan's going to make it very tough. I mean, she will put your lights out at in a snap. She is so fun to watch. I probably going to be standing this entire fight. Same, I'll probably be standing this entire main card because they're just these names are insane. But I think Wei Li gets the win. But if Xiaonan wins, I wouldn't be mad. I hope it means a lot over in China because I mean this is insane. You have two of your best fighters fighting on 300, and the belt stays in your country no matter what. I mean the women's strawweight division, whether Zhang Wei wins or loses, still runs through China. It's an insane fight. And finally, the main card, this whole card's a selling point, but the selling point here, we have Alex Pereira against Jamal Hill. I don't see this fight going to the ground once, even in a panic situation. In a panic situation, either one of these fighters is going to stand, shell up, and try to throw something. I don't think that they're going to try to take this to the ground. I want Jamal Hill to win. Can he? Absolutely. Absolutely he can. But Pereira is scary. He looks like Tyson. When Tyson walked out to box, he looked like he just won. He is there to fight. He doesn't care about the theatrics. I'm going to go against the favorite here. I'm going to go for Jamal Hill. I think Jamal Hill's going to win this. So, that is my predictions for UFC 300. Either way, I could be completely wrong. I don't care. I just want to see great fights. I will be watching every single fight from the early prelim all the way up to this. I don't care how late it is. I don't have to do anything Sunday. I'm watching this intently. It's been Keish. We'll see you next time.